Hi. Yeah, to everyone that don't know, um, there is a big celebration coming up in Vietnam now, 30 April 2025. It's 50 years ago since the reunification of North and South Vietnam. Now, because it's 50 years ago, it's a huge event, and they mark it like never before. There are going to be military parades in District One. Most of the roads are closed or limited, and it's going to be a lot of people in District 1 watching these parades. There's also going to be some kind of air show with fighter jets and helicopters, and also fireworks and some drones with a light show. So it's really huge. This 50 years reunification of Vietnam. So we just now they have done training for some days. We've seen the jets in the air. We hear them because it's been training. So we're gonna have a little look here about that, and you see it is a lot of people here, and it is a big thing here. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I've never seen anything like this since here you have the guns shooting salutes out to the river, and so I mean this is huge. Cost a lot of money, and it is really special to look at, because this reminds me of the Soviet Union. They did parades like this. North Korea, they have done it. China have done it, and now I'm living in Vietnam, and they do it here. But it's so much people there. It's so hot, and it's not easy to get into District 1 now, and it's not easy to get out again either. So that limit me from go in and film it in real. So I have some commercial here that is basically done here. So yeah, I film it. This was live on so this was live earlier today, early. And yeah, so I look a little from that. So this was earlier today, and it is just amazing to see. It is very expensive to do a huge marking like this, but it's very interesting to see when you think of a socialist country. But it actually, I'm impressed. I am, in a very positive way. It's very interesting to see. It's very impressive to see, but it is too hot to sit down there, and some people did have a problem today. They got dehydrated. It's too hot. You can get heat strokes and so on, and it is full, and you actually don't get places in air-conditioned areas. I think it's full. Everything is booked up, and you need to stand on the street, and I don't know where. Maybe you're so far behind you don't see anything. But it's going to be a lot of people on April 30. That is the final day, and here you can see on the screen here helicopters and fighter jets, and they have these Army, Navy, Air Force soldiers parading in the streets, and the salutes. And I think he tried to film some airplanes or helicopters here. Maybe they are coming in. Not sure, because and here is the yeah, that's the palace in District 1. Don't remember exactly the name of that palace right now, but yeah, so that is the street into the palace where when the when the Vietnam War was, this is where like the South president was, and the Americans had meetings with the president of South Vietnam. So this is that palace where all that happened. So it's it's a lot of history here, which is also very interesting. And I would say it's humbling as well, because you do understand, you get a feeling of what the country and the Vietnamese people went through during the Vietnamese War. Here you see the fighter jets, they coming in formation, and I mean, it is huge, this celebration, and it mean a lot for the Vietnamese people. They are proud of their country. They are. It's a beautiful country. Why shouldn't they be proud? And I think it's a good thing, because I kind of been sitting on the other side, seeing the Soviet Union. Here you see the helicopters with I think it is the Vietnamese flags under it, and the fighter jets and so on. So, but it is a very nationalistic feeling, and it kind of make you proud to be a Vietnamese, and I think that's a good thing. So it's a nice and good thing, and you see how much people are down in District 1 looking at this, and this marking is not just in Ho Chi Minh City, but it is special in Ho Chi Minh City, because that Ho Chi Minh was Saigon, and was in the south, and they what should I say, Americans tried to make South Vietnam democratic and keep North Vietnam socialist, like you have in North Korea and South Korea today. And the Americans, they did fail. This is actually the one war that America lost. And you can say a lot about America and the power and the muscles and the money and everything they have. They do have a lot, but they did lose the Vietnam War for many reasons, but they did lose it. So this is the war they lost, and it's a lot of history here. So it's very interesting. But it is also very special to be in Vietnam in these times, and you see the Vietnamese people are a proud people. They are proud of Vietnam. They are proud of being Vietnamese, and everybody wants to go in here and see. And I totally understand them. This is huge. They never had a big thing like this before, a big celebration like this before. So this is huge, and it's fantastic. I mean, everything is on display, and it is really something. So I'm gonna fast forward. See, yeah, here they are coming. So we see a little how they walk, and big things, and you see this. I mean, it's like those parades in America. It's very what should I say, well done. Some would say glorified, but it's well done. It's well done, and here it's all about history, which is very important, and it's very interesting. So you don't have to be a Vietnamese to think this is interesting. This is, I would say, for every foreigner that is interested in history, this is extremely interesting. I also heard on April 30 that they're gonna have some soldiers, a unit or something from Laos, Cambodia, and even from China participating in this parade and event here in Saigon. So I mean, it's really big, and it's really. I mean, sometimes I don't have words because it's just so big, and you never see this in Europe. You just don't do. And here is like, I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be a tank with a picture of Ho Chi Minh himself. And I mean, this city was during like before the Vietnam War and during the Vietnam War, it was called Saigon. Then after the reunification, and Ho Chi Minh was the leader of the resistance and everything during starting and during the Vietnam War. So they named the city after him in 1976. So actually Saigon, many still say that, but Saigon is named Ho Chi Minh City and has had the name Ho Chi Minh City since 1976. So that's the quick story from here. I just want to say this very clear to the Americans and young generations. No, Rambo did not win the Vietnam War. Rambo wasn't even in the Vietnam War. Rambo is just a movie. Sylvester Stallone that played Rambo, he have never been in any Vietnam War. So relax. So just to get that one out of the way, Rambo had nothing to do with the Vietnam War. It's just a movie. The Vietnam War was a long war. And I think it was like 3 presidents in the United States for the whole period of the Vietnam War. And they were actually not very interested in putting in more men in the war, more equipment and so on. It was costing money. And they got a lot of riots in America because people wanted to stop the war. So the presidents didn't do much, and it ended up with them losing the war. So, and that is the fact. Simple as that. The United States, they actually lost the war in Vietnam. And it could have gone very different if the presidents in America actually did commit to this war and actually wanted to win and put in the full resources and stuff. It could have been, we don't know, we never know if it would have been a different outcome, but as it is today, this is the war America, United States of America actually lost. And yeah, it is a huge thing, and to see, this is just the training. I mean, I don't know if it's going to get bigger on April 30. I don't know if they have some extra things up their sleeves, but you see how they walk, how big this is. All the soldiers standing guard as the other ones are marching and in the parade and stuff. It's really huge. And they have a female battalion or something here as well. So they have women in the Army, Air Force, Navy. It's just like everyone, and it's really huge. And every Vietnamese, they are proud. I mean, you never see anything like this before, and they are proud, and I do understand them, and I think they should have the right to feel proud. I think the world should be proud with them. I think so, because still today in some areas in Vietnam, you cannot eat the fruit, you cannot grow fruit or vegetables in those areas because it's still affected by that Agent Orange, those chemical bombs that the Americans dropped on the Vietnamese. Still, some kids are, I don't know if they still are born with defects, but they are at least in orphanages here. It's a long-lasting effect from what the Americans did. So that the Vietnamese people are proud that they have risen up and become like Ho Chi Minh City has become a financial center in Vietnam and in Southeast Asia, and they have worked so hard for it. They have so much to show for. It's just impressing, and I mean it's you get impressed when you see it, and the way they put everything on display now, it make a lot of feelings come up when you know the history, when you lived a while and stuff, because yeah, I mean it was hard. Vietnam was locked down and isolated from trading and stuff until like 1993-ish, and from there they have slowly opened up. So from 1993 it started to open up, and they have built a modern city from 93 to 2025. So it's not that long, and they have done it with great success, and now they put it all on display, and I mean, wow, that is something. It really is something. So this is what's going on in District 1. If you're planning on coming to Vietnam, yeah, many roads will be closed or closed at different times or something. There will be limited traffic and so on, because you see these parades, they're not going to stop the parade so for a taxi. So yeah, if you are coming here, you need to understand that you need to wait or drive an alternative route that could be much longer, because the normal roads and streets are now closed or closed on a limited time basis. So it's really impressive to see. I have only seen this on TV. I still see it on TV here as well, except for the fact that I get to see the fighter jets when they go up. So sorry about the commercials here. But yeah, the fighter jets, then I see and hear them, and I get to see the fireworks, and maybe, I'm not sure yet, but maybe we get to see the light show of the drones as well. But we do not get to see this parade because, like I said, it's very difficult to go into District 1 now, and I'm not young anymore, and I need to think of my health. Heat strokes in there, dehydration, and so on. So I'm not going in there. I wish I could. I wish I had a place that was fully air-conned and I could make a video and I could talk about it and see it. It would be a memory for a lifetime, and it would be emotional because you know the history, and it would be yeah. So I can still understand the Vietnamese, and it mean a lot to them to show Vietnam and what they have accomplished in all these years with hardship and everything. But again, this is the war that America lost, and Vietnam, they reunited the South Vietnam and the North Vietnam and became the Vietnam that it is today. So that is the reunification, and that's what's celebrating 50 years now on April 30. So today is 27th, so we have 3 days more, and then it's gonna be a fantastic show, and the Vietnamese people are really excited about it, and yeah, it's really something. And actually they get 5 days holidays here as well, so it's really something, and it's big. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Then you all know, and yeah, I'm not gonna say much more because, you know, the history and the knowledge of it, the hardships they've been through. I've seen people, older people and stuff that has been affected by it, and it's. I mean, in Europe, we had a World War II in Germany, and it took many, many years, even in the 1980s, so 40 years after, 45 years after, we in Europe didn't like the Germans much. The Germans were not liked. But I came here to Vietnam and I see the Vietnamese people, they actually embrace Americans, American expats, American tourists. They don't have anything against them. So it's very different from Europe, and I'm just like amazed. The Vietnamese people are so friendly, so open-hearted, so welcoming, and yeah, all I can say is we were not the same in Europe towards the Germans. So yeah, it's just fantastic to see. Here you have, I'm not sure, some women, they have a scarf around there. Not sure if this is a Vietnamese or Cambodian Khmer group or Lao group or something. I'm really not sure. But that's some women in the army. So yeah, they have everything, and they have these big screens, and so you can watch on there as well. Cars are coming with high-ranking officers, and it's a huge display that is happening in Vietnam right now, and it's really big. It's I mean, my wife is Vietnamese, and even she said we never seen anything like this. It's never been anything like this, so it's incredible special for the Vietnamese as well. And I know for a fact, well, not for a fact, I know from the news that up until now, the war museum in Saigon has, in District 1, had a lot of foreign tourists going there because of this 50 years anniversary. So it's been many that try to refresh their history and stuff up to this and get a little more feeling and knowledge about it. And here you see the new car. This is a VinFast car, the Vietnamese made car, and they're taking so much pride in it. Vietnamese made, Vietnamese flags, Vietnamese. It's they just put the whole country on display. It's in a fantastic way, and it's really impressive to see. This was a country that, because this war was after World War II. It was done in 1976. World War II was done in 1945. So this is like, yeah, 65. That would be 20 years after, and so 21 years after World War II. So it's quite recent, and yeah, it's not that long ago, and they have struggled so much up until 1993, and now they just bloom, and the country have developed rapidly and incredibly. And the other thing is that the people, it seemed like they bear no grudges. They are friendly and welcoming to all tourists, all expats, and so on. And that is amazing, just amazing. So that show how nice it is to be in Vietnam. And it is just amazing. So I leave it with these pictures here, and remember to subscribe and like my videos, subscribe to my channel, And of course, 3 days from now, April 30, 2025, it's 50 years ago since the reunification of North and South Vietnam. And it's celebrated in style so big in Ho Chi Minh City that I don't think you can compare it to anything in history in Ho Chi Minh City. It's really huge. It's really it's enormous. The whole parade and so on. And here you can see on the other screen here, even firefighters here and so on, and military, and it's a lot. They got everyone out. They got everything going, and it's yeah. I'm just saying to the Vietnamese people, be proud of Vietnam, be proud of being Vietnamese, and I wish you all a best April 30th. And I hope you all can go and see this in District 1 or in Vung Tau or Nha Trang or Da Nang or Hanoi or wherever you are. And if you cannot, look on YouTube and look on TV, because there will be live feeds, and it will be well documented. So it's right here is a piece of history. This is history. This is a little like November 1989 when the wall fell between East and West Berlin in Germany. And it wasn't the end of the Cold War and so on. And in here you see something historical. It's never ever been something huge like this in Vietnam. So it's again, this is history. We are in the history. We are living in the history here in Vietnam and seeing this, experience this, and it's just magnificent. It's amazing. It's special. It's exceptional. It's yeah. You're just humble when you see a piece of world history is created right in front of your eyes, and you are a witness to, because this is truly this is a big thing in history of Vietnam and the Vietnamese people and in the world. So this is something to actually look at. So yeah, I'm sorry about the long video, but we just had to show here and see and explain a little about it. And again, remember to subscribe to my channel and like my videos, and on April 30 stream in tune in on the live streams of what's happening in Ho Chi Minh City, streaming on live shows of what's happening in Hanoi, Nha Trang, Da Nang, Vung Tau, Can Tho, and so on, because I think they will have ceremonies and stuff going on everywhere, but the biggest one by far is in Ho Chi Minh City. So this is the place. This is where it's super big. And the reason for that is that it was the South that kind of came back to the North. So yeah, that's it's all very well thought through, and it's just wow. These pictures, they are amazing. This is just amazing. There is nothing more to say. And they have, like I say, a lot of. It's a huge display that is. Let's see what we can see here. I don't know what's coming, but here is something more new. modern, more about what it become today. It looked like it's really nice, really nice. So basically, what I've said and stuff, they are showing not just the military. Here is apparently some workers of some kind. So it's celebrating the freedom and the war, and also a little on how it is today by the looks of it. And here, this one we have to look at. This is the national dress of Vietnam. It's called Áo Dài, and it's really beautiful to see all these women wearing Áo Dài and walking in the parade. So this is showing Vietnamese from its absolutely best side, and it is just beautiful, beautiful to see. So and here again they are in yellow Áo Dài, and they all wearing that traditional leaf hat. Just again beautiful, and showing Vietnam how it's been and how it still is. So it's a huge celebration. So yeah, I mean, this is just amazing to see, amazing. So we are going to leave it at that, and again, tune in on April 30 on your TV, on your YouTube. Look at live feeds and get this. Don't miss this, because this is a piece of history. Here we are living in history. This is well worth to look at, watch, and remember, because this is really a piece of history. And to be able to see this, experience it here in Vietnam is just mind-blowing. It's crazy and amazing. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful day, and if you're in Vietnam, have a wonderful April 30. And if you're outside, still have a wonderful April 30th. Goodbye.